Senator Bernie Sanders plans on unveiling his proposal to provide government-run health care for all. At least 12 Democratic senators, including several possible presidential contenders, have co-sponsored Sanders' Medicare for All bill. Republicans expected to paint it as a colossal tax increase that would strip employer-provided health insurance from roughly half of all Americans.
WCCO chief political reporter Pat Kessler joins us now. Hi, Pat.
Hey, guys.
Hey, we're seeing several different high-profile Democrat senators. They're getting behind Sanders' plan, including Minnesota Senator Al Franken.
Yeah, interesting, because all of the folks behind it, co-sponsors of it, are actually being talked about for president in a couple of years in the 2020 elections. Bernie Sanders, Elizabeth Warren, yes, Al Franken, Cory Booker, all of these senators who just a few years ago were not necessarily on board are now on board. It shows that ideas like this gather strength and gather momentum over the years. You might think 5-10 years ago, everybody would say this is crazy, but a lot of people are talking seriously about this. Also, another proposal that people are beginning to unpack, buying into Medicare at age 55. Really, really important stuff, because remember that 10,000 seniors a day are retiring. So this is a really important subject that I think will be front and center in the 2020 presidential election. And yeah, we're talking about it already.
Pat, you know, the Republicans control both the House and the Senate and the White House, right? So
that is correct.
This is...
But remember, they didn't do anything with Obamacare either, did they? And President Trump is now meeting with these folks, saying maybe we got to get some Democrats, maybe we got to get some Republicans. But this country is really, really deeply divided, almost equally divided over this. There might be 65 million Democrats who voted for Hillary Clinton and 62 million who voted for Donald Trump, and they are completely opposite on this. So division
continues. Not a lot of middle ground
here. Yeah. Right down the middle. President Trump, he's pushing ahead on tax reform, and he's reaching across the aisle trying to cut that deal. In fact, a bipartisan group of senators had dinner with him last night.
Yeah, that's really interesting, because maybe we're beginning to see President Donald Trump, the deal maker. That's what he sold himself as, and as the big deal maker, somebody who could get both sides to begin talking. I think he was so enthused by the reaction he got when he signed a deal with Democrats on the debt ceiling a couple of weeks ago that he wants to see if this works. It's interesting to me that we don't actually have a tax reform plan. Nobody knows what's in it, but he's trying to get people together. And we think that it's news when Democrats and Republicans work together. What have we become when we think that is huge news? But yeah, maybe this is the way that President Trump, outside the box, can get everybody together.
A lot of representatives on both sides of the aisle saying no president's ever asked us to dinner or anything like that. So very interesting, Pat. All right.
Yeah, and he is somebody who is said personally to be charming, but when he gets out there and starts polarizing, that's when people have trouble with him.
Yeah. Sure. Okay, Pat. We'll see you on the news at 5 and 6.
You bet.